Hello, it's me, Zoti from the Light Collective. And in this episode, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, we are going to watch a few clips and I'm going to share a couple of things with you guys that I have uncovered on my journey. Just a few things that I think are important for this moment in particular, this moment in the shift that we are experiencing. I encourage you to watch and read everything in its entirety. And I will meet you back at the end of the clips. See you soon. I want you guys to pay very close attention to the Indian head figure that is in the beginning of every Outer Limits episode.
To a soft blur. It's replaced by another just like himself. These are the last few moments of his life. Hey, Stu, the kids ain't too friendly on this block. Let's not move in.
Name, address, positive identification? Reason for loitering outside of narco?
I'm Stuart Peters. Professor Stuart Peters. I begin working here tomorrow morning. We just drove across country, my brother and I. We haven't even found a place to live yet, but the professor here couldn't wait to get looking fat.
Okay. But look fast. Nobody's allowed to hang around here. Hey!
In this clip, the guard is sitting outside of a place called Narco, which is in the episode an energy facility. So I looked up Narco. It says in the episode Narco was located in California, so I checked it out. Look what I found. I found, if you can't read, I know the print might be a little small, that Narco, California was indeed home of the indigenous people. And not only that, it was a vast society, civilization, very vast and advanced. It, like many areas within the now called Americas, the Babylon that the Bible speaks of, was colonized, stolen by people who did not belong there.
Stu? The creation of energy. According to natural law, it can't be created or destroyed, only changed in form. We're trying to break that law. We need more energy than we can legally or scientifically get our hands on. As time goes on, we'll be needing more and more. I warned you, you wouldn't understand. This girl, Gabby, she thinks I want to go back to school. So do I. She's out of her mind about me. Naturally. I thought I'd try to enroll at the university here. No, Jory, go back to Kingston. Why? Well, it means my job. Well, how's that, Stu? What are the conditions? No dependence. Well, I'm just your kid brother. I'm not dependent on you. Aren't you? Oh, I'm not sure if anyone would notice. Well, I notice. Do you, Stu? Look, Jory, you're way past the point where young boys are required to become young men. I don't want you to lean on me anymore. Make your own decisions for a change. Gee, can't we be friends? I'm serious, Jory. Yeah, I know. Leave today, Jory. I'm moving to the center anyway. I've got a girl here, Stu. A girl's in Kingston. Well, not this one. This one knows I'm independently wealthy and she loves me anyway. Hey, come to think of it, I am independently wealthy. I can live any place I please. Get out, Jory. Pack up and leave. What is it, Stu? I want you to go, that's what it is. That's all it is. You is easier than facing the truth. Well, you tell me the truth and I'll face it. I'm tired of you hanging on to me. I'm tired of telling you it's all right when you wake out of those nightmares. I'm tired of pretending I think you're funny when I know you're just a terrified little boy with a big broken heart. It's time you grew up and acted like a man. Now get out, Jory. When was the last time I hit you? You never hit me. Well, I feel like hitting you now. Be a real man, Jory, not a pair of fists. Stu, what's the matter? Back up, Jory. Never mind.
Hello, beautiful people of the light. Really quick, I just wanted to give you guys a quick history lesson as I'm over here exploring. Did you know that Kingston, Tennessee was the capital of Tennessee for one day? You know why it was the capital of Tennessee for one day? Because they didn't want to give the land, over 600 acres by the way, to the indigenous people. Yes. How did I figure this out? I'm in Kingston. How did I figure this out? I'm being led by the divine, okay? Because I'm telling you now, I don't even know. All glory to the Most High. I just want to say that.
The obviousness of the truth. What is the Matrix? Control. The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this. No. I don't believe it.
So this is an African cemetery, a burial ground. It's an African cemetery, a very small sign on the main road here that said African cemetery. Then there's this sign that says cemetery open, daylight hours only, no trespassing after dark. U.S. Department of Energy, Oak Ridge office. Now, why do you suppose the U.S. Department of Energy? Let me say it again. Okay. Now, why would they own this particular cemetery? It's an interesting thing, isn't it? So we're gonna walk up here and honor, may these energies be free, and peaceful. We got a bird coming, look. Let's see if you can see it. So this is what we have here. Wheat Community African Burial Ground, Rowan County, Tennessee. And it says this cemetery memorial is dedicated to the memory of these Africans who were in America in bondage rather than by choice, and lived, worked, and died in bondage in the Wheat Cemetery. There's a quote down there. So I'm going to check this out a little bit more and be respectful. So I don't want to record this whole thing, but we'll talk more about it.
You never believe me. Come back here!
Yes? Come forward.
Private Dick has suffered a complete mental breakdown. Major Chong will not recover the use of his right arm for a year. couldn't have foreseen that one of the members would suffer. There must be no more incidents, unforeseen or otherwise. The charade must end. Those men shall be told the truth. They must be.
How dare you interfere? You spoiled the whole game.
Game.
I'm sorry, Colonel, but I do not apologize. I couldn't allow a single one of you to be in on it, not even you.
But all this agony. Lieutenant Krug's dead.
From a heart attack. And the Ebonites used their most advanced methods to try and save him. But they failed.
This is a nightmare. I mean, is this part of it? Is this an hallucination?
It is all too real. It was scheduled to last only a few more days, Colonel. Then, of course, we would have explained it all to you and allowed you to join the other fighting men of Unified Earth. We have 3 squadrons here, you know.
I'm afraid we'll have to ask you to cooperate, Colonel, if it continues.
Continue?
We must. Do you realize that before this war,
We are not at war here. The grief and loss we caused your planet was an accident. We promised we would do anything to rectify this unforgivable mistake. But we cannot sanction the continuation of such immoral and inhuman experimentation.
inhuman. What do you know of humans, sir? Have you ever seen the humans in prisoner of war camps on Earth?
I have.
You know. Tell them about the POWs in the Korean War.
And I should.
Matter of shameful record. But in the Korean War, no prisoner successfully escaped. There was no organized resistance. 1 out of every group of 10 prisoners was an informer. A total of 38% of our prisoners died. Many are what the psychiatrists call psychological surrender. Now, maybe your attack was a mistake. But what if the next planet attacks deliberately? How do we defend our planet if we don't know what to anticipate from our fighting men? We must know how they will behave or misbehave under conditions like the ones we're artificially inducing here.
And you haven't learned enough yet.
We're interested in how your men will resolve the problem of Major John.
You're going to kill Major John.
We will try to prevent that. And if you can't, an innocent man dies.
At the proper time, we'll tell your men what we've been doing. We'll free them to join the other troops up here. Maybe even let them go back to Earth for a rest.
And a citation.
I'm not going to let them suffer another minute of no.
Beautiful people, I would encourage you as a soul being to recognize that the corrupt system in which we are operating in currently, that is indeed falling, they would not have taken the time to explore things like the hologram theory and the gateway process, which has everything to do with consciousness and altered states of consciousness in order to reach different realms and dimensions, if it was not indeed something to study. Please understand and overstand your own power. It is my belief that the Tennessee Valley Authority, which is a government-owned energy corporation, as well as the Army Corps of Engineers, are well aware of the potential to siphon energy from soul beings, as well as siphon the energy from sacred grounds that exist around the areas that are owned by the TVA and the Army Corps of Engineers. These areas are sacred. They are sacred. And the University of Tennessee, as well as the University of Texas, is still in possession of the remains of indigenous people, as well as sacred artifacts that do not belong to them. And welcome back, beautiful souls. If you made it through all those clips, I am glad that you did. Hopefully, you were able to keep up with what I was conveying in the clips you have just witnessed. I utilized some clips from one of my favorite shows, The Outer Limits, the original Outer Limits. And as I stated in a previous video that I did, the Outer Limits and other shows from back in the day show us quite a bit of things, show us the truths about what it is that we are living in and what exactly is occurring in the realm that we are living in. If you follow my channel, if you have been following my channel, listening to anything that I've been saying, I have emphasized over and over again that we are indeed energy. We are indeed energy. I have mentioned that this system, this matrix that we are in, this holographic reality, this projected reality that our souls are witnessing, if you are a soul being, is complex in nature, but not complex to the point where you can't see beyond the veils if you attempt to do so. This system has been draining us of our energy, not only the living, but the deceased, as we would say. But as we know, energy, as we saw in the clip, as the guy states, never dies. We know energy never dies. In the clip that I provided of the African cemetery, you saw with your own eyes that the Department of Energy owns that cemetery. You tell me why you think the Department of Energy would own a cemetery. Is it because perhaps they know that energy never dies and they are pulling from the energy of our ancestors? Could that be? Could it be that the clip that we saw in the Matrix that we all know, when Neo is told that the human is there is an attempt to make the human into a battery? Do you think that perhaps that has something to do with it? I think so. The Tennessee Valley Authority is an electric servicing company, so to speak. They deal with energy. I made a video months ago. I've since made that video by link only. But in that video, I was discussing the boat ramps that are located all throughout Tennessee. They're also located in other areas, some areas of North Carolina, some areas of, I believe, Mississippi, and so on. And if you look at these boat ramps, you'll see that they're all owned by the government, but particularly the TVA and the United States Army Department of Engineers. Engineers. Now, the connection here is that along these boat ramps that the TVA owns and the Army Corporation of Engineers, along these boat ramps, these areas, these are sacred lands. These are sacred lands. These are lands that were inhabited by the indigenous people. As you saw in some of the clips that I provided, the articles that I provided, the TVA acknowledges that. They acknowledge that when they went into these areas, because they went into these areas to do things like build dams, hydroelectric dams. I made a video previously and I told you guys to remember hydroelectric dams. We're going to get into a little bit more a little later. But they went in to make things like dams and things that deal with the waters. And doing all of this and digging to put their machinery in place, they've come across a plethora of ancestral indigenous remains, not only human remains, but remains of sacred artifacts and so on. What we have here, people of the light, is the truth that this corrupt government, these people in these fake positions of power, have been and are still attempting to siphon the energy of the beautiful soul beings that are here. No more. No more. Divine intervention is here. The great reset is upon us, as we all should know by now. And if you don't know by now, you at least know that things are off, different, bizarre, unreal almost. Well, this is the great reset. I'm telling you what I know. As I've stated over and over again, this time that we are in is, of course, directly connected to the Most High Source, the Almighty, the Great Mother and the Great Father, the Alpha and the Omega. And it is also directly related to the indigenous people of this land. There is a changing of the guards occurring, a changing of the guards occurring. This system was never sustainable. The system was never sustainable. And divine intervention is here to rectify and correct the imbalance that has been lost, to rectify and reestablish the sacred nature of this earth and the soul beings that reside here. So I hope that this video at least makes you think. And I will go into more detail about what was in this video because I have so much more to share. But know this, the good news is change is around the corner. Change is around the corner for the good, for the benevolent. The time of the malevolent beings running things and lying and deceiving the people are coming to an end. They know it. The people in the know it. And it's just the way it's going to be. So I advise, I encourage the beautiful people of the light to begin to tap into the Almighty Source, to begin to tap into higher realms, higher dimensions, to your higher self, to the divine, so that you can be ahead of the game, ahead of the curve when it comes down to the things that will unfold coming up. No need to fear if you're a soul being. We're good. We as soul beings are co-creators in this matrix. We are co-creators within this matrix. The creatures, though, the ones that have lied, the ones who have played a part in manipulating everything, turning everything upside down, inside out, they have no power in creation. The only power that they have, beautiful people, is keeping you from recognizing that you do. And so long as they can keep you from recognizing that you are a co-creator in this reality that we are existing in, then they can continue to cheat the system. But see, the Great Awakening has already happened. It's already happening. It's been happening. But the time that we are in now is a very crucial time. There's been people waking up for years. But this year, and this time is different. It's a different moment in this shift that we are experiencing. So I'll leave you with that. You have a beautiful day. You take care. Until next time, Ashe. The Light Collective.